They probably
And
won't.
welcome everyone to the MLDS Game 1 between the Texas
They
Reapers
probably won't.
and welcome everyone
Uh-oh.
to
I
the
have
MLDS
music.
Game 1
Hang
between
on.
the Texas Reapers
There we go.
Texas Reapers and the Rock Valley
Texas Reapers and the
Cougars.
Rock Valley Cougars. The Reapers are 10-6, Cougars being 9-7. Cougars went on a massive loss streak until I don't remember when they got their first win because I don't know what their record was originally.
Are Cougars
Um,
from second, third seed?
Cougars are the third seed. They were originally they were like the first seed at the halfway point, but then Alex disappears and all of a sudden their team basically dissolves. No one
They
shows up.
were they were the winners of the MLDS tournament.
They were like showing to be they were like showing, oh, we're gonna win the World Series, we're gonna make it to the World Series, we're gonna outperform everyone else. Now they're like performing like a team that isn't like either in the prime. Finn hits that. Oh wow, like next to the line. Okay, we're getting. Oh, he called it foul apparently, and so the count will be 3-2. Uh, 3-2.
It's
I
gonna
should.
be
And no play ball is called. Give me a second before I change the thing again. I have to pull up a share link. I want to find a link to share. Share. Perfect. I'm gonna go. Oh crap! I signed in on. Signed in on
what?
my account. This is Ash's computer because he has all of the resources for RBN.
Wait, you're on Ash's computer now?
He has all of the RBN. I'm gonna get. Who has media access?
Alright, it's gonna go. He hits it into
Flacco
left
hits it
field.
to Peyton. Out two.
Ooh. Yeah, he's out too. And then
Safe one, not extras. So look at the. So that will be hang on. That will be one out now. Runners at first. And the Texas Reapers are already performing kind of oddly. So, I've had talks with Peyton as I've also played Microsoft Flight Simulator with him over the past like couple of days. He's told me multiple times now how he's annoyed with his team for trolling. He hits that.
Oh, that's
Oh,
caught. That is caught. Wow.
and my dinner's here. But he's concerned about how Texas is just trolling, and he hopes that their trolling is done and they'll start winning games again.
hmm
So
Whenever I was on Texas, it was definitely there was teamwork, but there was also definitely like fucking around involved.
yeah, that makes sense. I know
And
Jiff is someone. He's like
yes,
I
yeah.
remember after the game with Charlotte and Texas game 1, he was pissed on how mad he was, just mad how his team was just not performing well at all, and how Amon hits it, Finn misses it, base hit already. Oh wait, no swing called. Although I swear I saw a jump. Well, my dinner is here, guys. Aqua will be entertaining until he gets back as well, or until he disappears. But I shouldn't be long. Aqua, enjoy. Don't be bad to the point that YouTube yells at me. Thanks.
Yes. Yep. Bye. All right. Adam's going to get high for ball 1-1 count. He hits it straight center field. We're not going to get to it. He's going to be safe at first for a base hit. And the throw also misses, so he's going to start running second. He's dead at window. Yep. They're going to call it dead. Jeff up to bat. 0 outs, 0-0 top of the first. Texas has a man on first. They're in good position right now. If they can get... No. It's bottom of the first, I think, actually. So it's going to be a play ball for Jeff here. He's going to take the first. That was close, but he didn't even swing. That ball was rocketed to Edmonds not going to play a leading game here. He seems pretty content on first base. It's going to be 0-1 count, play ball for Jeff. He's going to take it low for a ball, 1-1 count. It's going to be high above the zone, 2-1 count. It's going to be a strike, 2-2 count for Jeff. Jeff will swing at that. That's going to be going to left field. The ball is thrown, but he's going to be safe at first. Runners on first and second. Weehawk's going to come up to bat, see if he can clean this up for them, try to score a point for Texas early on. Texas is in good position right now. They have 0 outs. Let's play ball. I don't think he's swung. Call late swing. Runners are going to go back to first and second. It's going to be a 1 count. I think they're going to do a run. Yeah, change the runners at second. All right, 0-1 count for Weehawk. Bottom of the first. No outs. Runners on first and second. He's going to take that one for a strike. It's an 0-2 count for Weehawk. He'll swing at that one. That'll go center field. I don't think they'll have it in time. Bases are going to be loaded for Texas. This is unfortunate for Rock Valley as they're just kind of giving hits. Let's see what Peyton can do. 0 outs. Hopefully Texas could score here. Try to get their lead up early on. Seal it early. Bases loaded for Texas. Bottom of the first. No outs. Peyton's up. We're going to play ball here in a second. That was a very weird pitch. Very weird pitch. That's going to hit the mound. He's going to be safe at home. That's very unlucky. Ugh, if I was Rock Valley right now, I'd be crying. That's unfortunate. There's nothing we can do, I guess. I mean, unless they aim it higher, but whenever you have to make a throw that quick, you don't really have that much reaction time. All right, it's going to be Saint up to bat. 1 run scores for Texas. It's going to be 0-1 bottom of the first. Bases are still loaded with 0 outs. Ball for Saint. He's not going to swing. He's going to take the first one for the ball. 0-1 count. All right, he's going to swing at that one. 1-1 count for Saint. Still 0 outs. Bases loaded. He'll swing at that strike, and nothing will happen. We'll just stand still. 1-2 count. Hopefully Flacco can make something happen here. Saint's not going to swing. It's going to be 2-2, and Ump's going to call it time. Ball. All right, I'm just going to resume. Saint hits it. That one's high in center field. Saint's already at first. Run scores for Texas again. It's going to be 2-0 for Texas in the bottom. There's no outs. Daddy Gulag is up to hit. Flacco really needs to find his groove here soon. Or at least the outfit. What's happening? Alright. We're going to get play ball for Gulag here. He's going to swing at the first pitch. That's going to be ground ball. Would have been fair. It would have been fair. But it is going to be unlucky a little bit, but it is what it is. 2-0, bottom of the first, 0 out still. Bases loaded for Gulag. It's going to be a 0-0 count. Alright, we got our play ball in. Flacco with the pitch. Gulag is not going to swing, or at least a late swing. It would have. Alright, 0-1 count for Gulag. Play ball. He swings at that. It's going to be 0-2. And it bounces up at the bat, but that is not going to be a swing. It'll also be an 0-2 count. He's going to take that high for 1-2 count. Bases loaded, no outs. He swings at that one, and it's going to be into center field. Nobody's going to get it. He's safe at first. Run scores 3-0, Texas. Our Daddy Doug has joined. We love Doug. Who knows that? Alright, we're going to get a play ball here for Texas. It looks like they are changing their pitchers. I think the Shark BJ the Pro is going into pitch. Alright. So they still haven't called time, but I'm guessing it's cannot. Oh, yeah. There's not even an out yet. Oh, my. I forgot. Alright, so we play ball, hit into center field. They're going to miss the ball once again. It's going to be another Texas run. It's going to be 4-0, I believe. Alright, Jeff back up to bat. It's going to be a second time up this inning. Maybe they can get through the order again. Still 0 outs. It's 4-0. They'll probably get a mercy here, if anything. We got... Oh, he is hit by pitch, but maybe a strike because he moved. Everyone's going to go back. I think it's going to count. Bases loaded, 0 outs, bottom of the first. 4-0. It's going to be play ball. And he'll be hit by the pitch. And he'll be walked. Oh, he charges the base. Oh. What do we have here? Jess is going to take his base at first. Admin moves to second. Gulag to third. And Saint's going to come home. Score's going to come out to 5-0. It's bottom of the first still. 0 outs. Weehawk up to bat. Pitch is delivered, and he's hit by the pitch as well. I think they're just trying to get out of the inning. If it's the end of the inning, it'll be mercy. 6-0. Top of the second for Rock Valley. We'll get a little break going on here. I'll stop talking because I know I'm annoying. Alright, Finn's going to be up to bat. They're going to call quick pitch because he pitched that way too fast. It'll be a 1-2 count for Finn. Jiff with that pitch. He's not going to swing. It'll be a swing. 0 outs, top of the third. 6-0, Texas. Finn's going to swing at that one. And that one's going to be gone. Wow. What a hit for Finn. That was clean, if I must say so myself. Alright, Flack up to bat. No one on base. It's going to be 6-1. Texas is up. Top of the second. Finn with that perfect home run, man. That was awesome. I'm going to call it K. It's going to be the first out of the inning. The Shark Man's going to be up to bat. 1 out for Rock Valley. He'll swing at that first one and it'll rotate in the left field. He'll throw the ball too soon. Jiff will not be there. Shark gets there on an error from Eaton. Finn back up to bat. Wait. Whatever. It's going to be a swing, but it'll be a foul ball. 0-1 count. Runner on first for Finn. Let's see what he can do. Yeah, 1-2 count for Finn. 2-2 count. He'll take that fourth pitch. Throw me, and that'll be smack but foul ball. My God, Finn with these rotations. He's rotating on the Fortnite squad. He's gonna take that pitch for a full count. See what Jiff can do here. And he'll throw another ball that'll walk Finn. That was a very good sequence of pitches, but also a very good sequence of at-bats. It's going to be Ghost Man on 1, Finn's going to go second, Shark Boy's going to come back up. It's going to be 1 out still, top of the second, 6-1 for Texas. We may have to stop here. Yeah, we're going to start forfeit primary for 9-10. Alright, Tornado's back.
It's sad to see this already. It's the first game of the playoffs.
I know. Well, what happened? Well,
Doug should just have it. If there is indeed another season, they need to have 6 teams because this 8 teams and most of the teams are inactive are absolutely absurd.
I personally, it's better.
I like the 8 teams thing too because I
do feel bad.
Yeah, I felt bad for Cincinnati after destroying them both times.
Well, Finn hit a really nice home run when you're gone. There's a ball in the.
And that's interference. That's quite interference, but okay.
He was throwing the ball off the field, but it kind of interfered because he was using the. Yeah, I don't think I realized that. It's gonna be a 2-2 count for Finn. 1 out. Runner on first and second. Ghost on first. That ball's
What
gonna.
Oh,
that was weird.
They got their
Full
play
count.
back.
Full count for Finn. Oh, they got their play back. Full count for Finn. He's gonna throw
Finn's gonna
another
walk
walk
again. Is that loaded?
That space is loaded.
Bruh, what is
Sheesh.
Texas? If Texas blows this lead, I'm gonna start cackling in laughter, because hang on. I apologize for the slow scoreboard updates. I am bad at this. I haven't done this in forever.
We got Ark in the chat. What's up, Ark?
Ark's in what chat? What? Huh?
Ark's in the on the stream. Like in the stream.
I'm trying to find it. Hang on. I have too many things. Well, we all know that Ark is gonna cheer for RBC though because they want a simple and easy route to the end. But you know.
So, looks like we will resume here in a second.
Hopefully.
Who is Spark stole my ring? Who is that?
I believe that's Flacco.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it's quite Flacco. He hits it.
Oh my God! I thought that's gonna be ground. Yeah, it's gonna be ground rule.
2 runs just scored.
Sheesh. He said bye bye.
Bye, Felicia. 2 runs score. It's runners at second and third. And it's close.
At the beginning, it did. I did too. At the beginning, it did look a little downfall for Rock Valley, but it seems as if they're themselves were.
Well, I mean, it could also be the fact that they're pitching Jiff, and the last time they pitched Jiff, Yikes. The last time they pitched NLJ against a good team, yikes. Like, what I was saying before my food came here is Peyton was complaining that his team trolls against terrible teams. That's the reason they lost against NAS. RBC isn't looking too hot right now. Texas could be easily trolling. They could give up this game and go down in the series. If that happens, I don't see how Texas is gonna get out of the first thing. Now the entirety of Texas complains about, you know, whatever. So Shark is up to bat now. He swings at the first pitch, 0-1. He takes the second pitch as though I saw that one teleport. 1-1. That one, am I the only one who sees the ball like barely leave his thing? So that will end their rally.
Sad.
As we head into the bottom of the second somehow. I didn't miss much. However,
I was just staring at. Do you see me staring at the camera?
I swear I'm going to like smite you in a second. My Discord won't open. Great. As you can tell, Ark is quite complaining.
How does Flacco know the fact that he can quote unquote script a no chat bubble, but he doesn't know the fact that you can't just turn it off in settings?
Peyton hits it to shallow center field.
They're both gonna miss it.
How do they both miss it? The glove hitbox ain't that small. He throws it in. Oh, he's out! He's out! Peyton was hungry after those mistakes by the.
Who is Diamond Fighter? He thinks I'm Parker. It's Aqua. It's not Parker.
Parker sounds a little better than this nerd right here. Hang on.
Oh. It is the cute boy. Who is Diamond Fighter? Who is this? There are many. Oh, it's still. That's out. No, safe. I say safe.
Doug calls out, and 2 simple outs, and Aqua is already arguing. Aqua is no longer on Texas, and he's arguing. Oh well. And Saint's already complaining.
I mean, technically I'm a fan, so I can have input.
You can have input, but
it's not like I'm umping telling them that. Challenge.
Don't you love when you have arguments?
The ball. Did you not see the ball come loose from the glove?
I did not. No.
I want to see it. I'm looking.
Hit to center. My Discord magically opens up again, and out. And that's a simple 1-2-3 inning. That's from a RVC squad that has 3 people. That's surprising.
Mm. Call would have been safe, Torn. The call would have been safe.
1-1. He hits it. That's fair. And it's called a quick pitch, so it's 2-1 instead of it being a fair hit. Which honestly makes sense because that was weird. 3-1. Finn does not swing. No swing. It'll be a full count now. He'll swing and miss. First out of the inning. Flacco's gonna start in the back of the box. He hits it. That's a fair. Will he get there in time? Probably not. No, he will not.
No, it's gonna be
Out number
gone.
2.
The game's starting to move a little bit faster now.
A little bit faster, yet not that fast.
Hey, can you hit it? Oh, yeah.
Genuine question to you, Aqua. Do you
Let's
think
see.
Alex...
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. That's
Yeah,
fair.
that's true because they didn't touch it. Do you think Alex's exile honestly has screwed up RVC?
You say RVC or RBC?
RVC, like the Cougars.
I think in a way yes, but I think in a way no. He's definitely someone who has like game-changing potential. He can definitely switch how a game is going, but I don't think that they need him to be able to make it all.
I mean, yeah, I agree with you there, but the only issue that disagrees with your point right there is the fact is after he got exiled, which was I want to say either game 1 or game 2 of series. It was the same day Charlotte played Tri-City in the morning or in the afternoon, which would have been game 2. Let's see.
Right.
Which was okay. Hang on. Series like series 7, game 2, because the first game, RVC won. I'm trying to find it. Game 1, RVC won 6-2. Game 2, NAS won 6-1. After that, the Cougars went on a after game 1, which was the last game Alex played. The Cougars went on a Cougars went on a
Oh, what a spin! There's a ball in the field interfering with play right
They
now.
won on a 6-game losing streak, but then won the final game off of a forfeit because UPS didn't care because they were number 1 seed. So
Pretty flickball hacker.
Jip hits it fair
Ooh, that's
against the wall. So they go on a 6-game lose streak, and they're gonna
be
throw him
safe.
out at third. Oh, just kidding. Now he's gonna have a chase down. The runners from third's gonna round the bases. Jif's gonna make it all the way to third. Jif's gonna probably be dumb and go home. As I say that, he stops. So run will score. The runner from first will score as the ball basically does a ring around the outfield. So it's now 7-3. And RBC is probably like in tears right now.
I think the pitching change for Rock Valley was definitely a smart move. I think having those two in the outfield is helpful.
Did you say that? Yeah, 2 runs.
Yeah, I know. But I mean also the one pitching is also the one who was in the outfield whenever they gave up 6 runs a month.
That makes sense.
So.
Yeah, I think the center field only rules really like screwed up RVC because they could have easily gone center field only and had an easier game. Now it's like they can't.
Right, exactly. The center field rule is weird because it does sort of because your team isn't active, you get an advantage, and that's sort of unfair to the team.
Well, yeah, exactly. So
I feel like.
And I'm pretty sure, I'm not trying to say this without like well dissing Doug, but I'm pretty sure, and this is what I've been told. Doug created the rule on the spot during a playoff game after going down against Mac in like season 5 or 6.
Really?
Yeah. because he was getting abused because he had 2 players, creating the center field rule, therefore
Right.
having.
I think if they were to somehow fix that rule, they would honestly just have to make a rule that saying a team always needs to have 3 instead of only needs to start with 3. Because without having
that's how the rule is now. Like that's
well,
basically
no.
well,
In
no,
the
that's
regular
basically
season,
what banning the center field only rule has done. Because like you
yeah,
can't live with 2 players unless you got some really good damn good outfield or a really goddamn good pitcher.
I understand making the change in the playoff, but if you're gonna make it in the playoff, you might as well just make it in the regular season as well, because that does affect the playoffs. It's not.
But
It's
I mean,
not just
honestly,
useless.
I think what happened is, and I'm not trying to be biased, but I think Charlotte has the easiest route for the World Series at this point. Did they seriously just walk in a run?
I think so.
And the
Nope.
Cougars are dead. I bet you Chris is not gonna accept this win, or not gonna like the win, and then he's gonna like forfeit the series, which means that the MLCS will start faster than the RLDS will start. Because I know Chris is not showing up to any more games. News told by an anonymous source told to me. So
Interesting.
Amon hits it right down the middle. Finn's gonna throw it and he's gonna miss. My. This game's gonna end in a forfeit. I'm calling it now.
Yep.
Because, and that's the thing. This is what I've seen in the past, and this is RL and ML. RBC relied a lot on Alex. Alex was the main reason they were producing runs. Caden even did it.
Wait, let's think here for a
Josh
second.
did it. Alex gets exiled. They don't show up anymore.
Right. Wait, let's think here for a second. RBC's already used 2 of their pitchers, and they're in a bad situation here. If they use their last, then that.
And I'm expecting. Yeah, Chris is not gonna like this whatsoever. I think RBC's gonna.
If Chris is not showing up, then I don't think.
Well, no, that's the issue. Josh, Caden, all of them are still on RBC. They haven't shown up since the All-Star game. Like they stopped showing up after Alex got exiled, and they just like don't even.
Outfield is so shallow right now. I don't even know what they're doing.
Yeah, they're basically asking for the series to end.
All right, throws home. He's going to be.
Gonna be safe.
He'll be safe.
But and then you got Texas. Texas is good except for the times where they troll. UPS has, I would say, probably one of the easiest schedules in existence.
Mm-hmm.
Like they played at the time, both the times where we had interleague series. The Suns played the worst team in the division both times. They played at the time a really terrible Tri-City, and then at the time, which they still are, a really terrible Rock Creek. The only reason that the #1 seed is because they basically got it handed to them with Doug after you can't postpone the game and be a forfeit. But Doug basically handed them the first seed. Texas had to fight for it. Peyton hits it, pitcher gets it, but I don't think it was ever play ball. So like, yeah, makes sense. But that's the ML. RL Cincinnati's ideology, mindset, terrible. They like have a bad play or a bad half inning. The great players dip. The okay rookies and stuff, they leave or they stay and they play. Tri-City's has like they've progressed from being a terrible team that has like no anything to having one of the strongest.
We definitely also have a very active team. I think over 2/3 of our roster have shown up the last 6 games.
Yeah, one thing that's gonna affect you though is Duke. He hasn't played a game in a while. And the one game that he played.
That's why I was hesitant about. Parker did ask me about Duke before he made the trade, and I was hesitant about it.
I was like telling them y'all shouldn't have done that.
Well, the thing is, the
Broken
player
probably feels offended now because he doesn't get off what Duke does, and Duke has been doing worse than Broken. However, Broken did get struck out 6 times. Oh, Doug just caught out of batter's box. Peyton's mad, but they're up by 9. He should just shut up. But that's like Tri-City's gotten better. Charlotte.
So also, what do you think about the Caden trade? What do you think about that 3-way trade?
That was a home run.
Oh, Oh wait, no, that went through the window.
Exactly,
I saw that.
which is a home run.
Is that really a home run?
That's what the rule is at RBC.
I didn't even know that.
But
I was just whenever
grand
you said home run, I
slam
looked over at the stream and I
through
just saw
the
the ball
window.
fly. You said home run and I looked over at the stream and I saw the ball fly through the window. And I'm like,
That
what?
was a
How was that
window slam.
Oh my
Or a
god.
grand window. See, I'm
This
full of
is.
puns today.
I
But
think forfeit, right?
yep, it's gonna be a forfeit in about 5 seconds. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
7.
8,
Perfect
9,
countdown.
10. He's gonna realize that instantly and forfeit because they could literally just hit the corners and I think they just called forfeit has been called. Texas gets game 1.
Yep, it's game.
Texas wins game
Yeah,
1.
I know, right? That arc, I was thinking the same thing. Like, if a home run isn't even yellow line, how is that a home?
Well, no, that's the thing. With the rule, it's the same thing at
I just don't understand who came up with the thought process of saying those windows were home runs.
I don't know.
Because
Hang on,
there's
actually, hang on. I'm gonna pull
that
what you
wall
call
is
an ash slimmer. I'm pulling up the rule book.
this. I just don't understand the purpose of it. If you're going to make that the home run, then what's the point of having the wall there at all?
Hang on, I need to find the rule book.
Like, they should just take out the wall if they're going to have that a home run. There's no point in having it there.
So, let's see. The rule book here. Was Texas originally in the rule book? The Texas
Sorry,
Stadium.
that was me.
Yeah, there's no rule. There's no like saying about Texas's park because like and it shows Nass has the one thing. Rock Valley has a buttload of things. New York has one thing. Boston has one thing. Unionport has 2 things, but I'm pretty sure that's the old stadium. BMO has 3 things, but that was also because they're a dome. And that's all that was added. But Rock Valley says a ball that... Yeah, no, wait. A ball hits the connection between the... I'm trying to find the one... Oh, yeah. If the ball goes into the porch area in right field, considered a home run. That's technically the right field thing. That's like Texas's knockoff porch.
We should get some interviews.
Yeah.
We should dude, I think we should interview. Well, no, I guess Bean's already interviewed. No, it's fine. Just let him.
I'll ask him afterwards.
It's fine. I'll be right back. Right.
All right. It's already a chaotic game. Texas wins game 1 off of chaos. We'll start an interview in a second after Crazy takes his 30-minute interview instead of doing a VC like I am. Actually, hang on. That game, I'm not even remotely surprised. It was about 40 minutes long of a game, but that was a amazing performance by Texas, just showing that they're here to play, but here's the issue. Will they continue that ideology game 2, or will they continue to, or will they like continue to like, or will they start screwing up? probably one of the final, according to Peyton himself, this is one of the final games. I would say, if Texas makes it to the next round, it's like 5-ish, 6 more games to go in here. Maybe 7 more games for Copperhead of its existence. Then Texas, if there's a season 12, is going to rebrand with the logos, and they're getting a new stadium. Apparently, Doug gave Peyton the okay to use it in season 12.
Alright, what's up?
Alright, hi. So, game 1, 16-3 win. How do you think your team did after going into this game and basically saying, sending Rock Valley deep regrets?
Okay, so first game, we started off really slow. We were having troubles. Jiff was having problems with himself, with stuff getting in his head really easily. So what I had to do was I just had to slow him down, let him know what was going on, that he was doing fine. He just needed to calm down a bit, and then he finally got his head back into the game and started pitching well. And our offensive power, I'll have to give a shout out to Gulag. It's his first game in playoffs, and he really outshined on how he's been hitting all season. He's been a low batting season. He's had multiple RBIs in this game to get us on base to drive more runs in. So he's been really one of the key elements to tonight's win.
Yeah. Going into game 2 with, I'm assuming, probably the same roster as none of the star RBC players that are still on the roster are going to show up because Caden, I think, has given up. Josh, you've seen that he's given up. Chris isn't going to show. Do you expect any different of outcome, or do you expect it to be kind of the same?
Okay, for my opinion on that side of things, we didn't have two players tonight, as y'all saw. We didn't have Fredo, and we also didn't have Matt, two of the former Tri-City players. Honestly, I'm hoping that they have the time to show up, but at the same time, I know I can't force them because they have in real life stuff to do. Matt was out with his girlfriend tonight, so he was like,
AL?
can't show.
Nice. Proud of him.
Yeah,
I'm proud of him.
pussy slayer, you know. So then you have that's how most people in Texas are. But other than that, we still have a solid we still have a solid core going deep into our players. if you look at it like offensively. Gulag's finally popping off for the playoffs as opposed to his regular season hitting, and Saint hit his grand slam tonight through the window. So it was finally nice to see him break through with Texas.
Yeah, that was cool. I have a couple more questions. One is, do you think if you guys win, because as of right now, I don't think First is gonna want to play another game or schedule one. I think he might literally just say, you know what, I'm done, I surrender. He might forfeit the series, which wouldn't surprise me as RBC is pretty much at its all-time low. What do you think that UPS just sitting around waiting for the series to end is going to affect them and just keep, since you're already so hot in the playoffs already? Do you think it'll help y'all and get an easier chance of like invading UPS's home field and like try and take over?
Well, here's the thing. We performed our best in UPS when we had Squeaker pitching. However, at the same time, they've completely revamped their team to what it was before. Even though we've had some solid pickups, they've also had some solid pickups for like defensive wise, for pitching core and fielding core. So we have no idea how they're going to play against us. But as far as we know from playing them in regular season, we split both ways. The second series should have been more of a sweep from either way, but because none of us showed up, like for the first game, we didn't have our stars. For the second game, they didn't have their stars for a while,
They
but
didn't
then they
have
showed
their
up in the
stars,
end.
but they had way more players and way more outfield and infield.
Well, no, they still had
Defense.
some, like their star players showed up later into the game, so we still somewhat dominated over them offensively and defensively. But it's going to be an interesting series if we do make it that far into the MLCS, as
Yeah.
long as RVC doesn't keep showing up and doesn't like. I mean, they still show up. They had like 3 players
They
at the
showed up,
start,
but
but
it was a not so great of a team. For your
correct.
pitching, I saw this happen, and this is when the ground order double happened. It was walk after walk. Is there something you're gonna
Yeah,
do with your pitchers about fixing that, or was that when Jiff was
no, that's what
having the
that. Yeah, Jeff was
mental
having
breakdown?
his problems because he thought someone was using synapse, but he was just letting things get to his head after walking players and getting them into scoring position. After the ground rule double, I just had time. I let him calm down. I just talked to him slowly, and he finally got his head back into the game. As you saw, he completed out the performance through the second and third inning, and finally got like back on ground for us to be able to hit more.
Yeah. Um, your every single aspect of your team was performing like great. Is there anything that besides Jiff having a mental breakdown for like 5 minutes, is there anything that you would see fix, or would you tell your team, see how you did tonight, do that every day, keep performing well and keep winning games and making it to the World Series and possibly winning it for Texas and giving them their first at least their first banner, because I know this is like I want to say the first time Texas has made it
Yeah,
and looks hot
this is
enough
the
to get a
first time
banner.
Texas has ever. This is the first time Texas has ever made it to the playoffs.
I
So
I
I'm
thought
looking
they
really
made it
forward
in
to that.
season 5, going 8-8.
No,
Wait, actually,
we didn't
hang
make it
on.
to the
I can
playoffs at
fact check
all.
that. I'm gonna pull a fact
I
check
don't,
on your last.
I don't really, unless I wasn't on Texas season 8, because I know there was one time in the season where I wasn't active at all, and someone took over. I think Carm took over.
It was season 5, I think it was, because I remember
No, season 5. Season 5 was our first season. We didn't make playoffs. I don't recall
No, y'all made the
because there was.
playoffs.
We
Y'all just
did.
lost to Rock Valley.
Oh, that's not even surprising because that was the season they did really well, but they still lost. But
Season 5 standings. Yeah, y'all made it in at 4-11, but the Charlotte Bandits couldn't make it in at 8-8. So.
oh
Oh
yeah, I
yeah, I
remember
remember
that.
season 5 is when there were 5 teams per division.
Yeah, there wasn't really much going on.
But yeah, according to the spreadsheet, the RL was close. The ML was just a mess, and two teams that wouldn't have made it. Yeah, I don't understand this either. It says the Arizona Jungle Cats didn't make it in at 9-7, but the 4-11
Pretty
Texas
sure I
Reapers did.
pretty sure I took over Mac at that point because I stepped down and took over the Knights because they were falling down, and then I made the Knights in the playoffs. Took them to the MLC. That was my carry season,
Mac wasn't in this season. I think Mac
wasn't it?
joins. It was season 6. Mac joined, but Texas wasn't in
Oh,
that one.
rejoined.
Yeah, Mac was in
Okay,
season
that might have been
6,
it.
and then they made it. They basically almost won, but then
Yeah,
Nas won. I think. Yeah, game 5, 5-4.
which was like, AKA Game 7.
Yeah, and then Charlotte and Nas and the yeah.
Yeah, that fiasco. So, but yeah,
I don't want to
anything else?
get. I don't want to start ranting about that. That just That doesn't bring back good memories.
Anything else?
Um, where are you gonna put the banners if you win? That's my main question.
I mean, hoping. I don't know if people have heard, but there's obviously going to be hopefully a new stadium next season. I mean, this ballpark, it's nice. It's still
It's
like
a little old though.
to this day, it's still there, but like we still have the Texas Reapers charm here, but it's starting to get a little outdated compared to their
Why
stadiums.
didn't
I
you just
mean,
ask Doug to get a renovation? You've seen how he's done with stadiums after renovating them. He
yeah,
just needs to
I know,
renovates
but
the next one.
this is his renovation.
Oh, he
This
literally
was
added like 2 things.
he added the buildings and that was it.
Yeah, I don't really like it though. It looks the exact same. I was expecting like a complete.
Yeah, no, because remember Texas used to have no buildings in the background, and it had the river, but it didn't have the stuff on the other side of the river because it was
Yeah.
more of a bay thing.
So, would you throw banners in here, or would you just ask Doug to transfer them over to the new stadium, or would you do both?
Okay, just
Because I know
primarily the new stadium.
because I know for a fact if you advance to the championship series, y'all are gonna play in here still. So you might as well just throw it up here, and then afterwards.
Well, that doesn't get added until after the season has ended, regardless.
That is
So
true.
it doesn't
Yeah.
really matter.
Yeah.
I mean, we are going to obviously do our best and try our best to get that far, and hoping the best outcome to come forward. I mean, that's the only reason why we lose is because we troll. Like people they like to get in their head and stuff and their own head. Because I mean, we primarily ignore other players, or at least we block them in game just to ignore them. But some people just get in their own head and we lose because of it. But I think that's how every person is. If they get in their own head,
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
I mean, yeah, stuff like that.
I mean, like, I'll give you that because like season I want to say the most stressful seasons for me, season 9 for sure. Pitching for the final in the bottom of the fifth against Ash's team, up by like 3. You don't know how my brain was thinking like how am I gonna save this? Cause I had that no hitter in the season 9. It was like against West Virginia, but I almost blew that. Like I almost started giving up runs, but then I started having a terrible pitching idea. But now it's like I can agree with you. Getting that into your head where you're stressing out that you can't perform your best. I understand that fully. I've experienced it all the time in the playoffs, and it's something that will hang around and bite you if you're not careful. But yeah, like especially if y'all make it against Union Poor, I know for a fact it's gonna be there and it's gonna haunt you because Union Port's a great team, but it just depends on if they're a little rusty after waiting or if they're gonna come in guns a-blazing against y'all and
Well,
give a good fight.
yeah, I know that part of it, but I don't know how that's going to play out. No one's really going to know how it's going to play out. I'm hoping that we play our best, like how we played tonight and how we played against UPS in the other games. I mean, regular season, if you look at it, I mean, we can't really compare it to it now because both teams have changed rosters drastically
Oh
since
yeah,
then.
that is true.
I mean, I used to I started off with mostly just 3 stars and a couple 2 stars, and I finally built up my team through trades and had to really work my ass off on being active for things.
Yeah, originally at the beginning of the season, Texas, like the draft, everything looked Texas looked like a third seed, maybe not even making it to the playoffs. Nass looked to be like competing you with that spot because their draft was not too hot, but they got a free agency that enjoyed them. Like, and that's the thing. And I know I'm getting off topic with your interview, but I'm also getting your opinion on things. Is at the beginning of the season, the league looks one way. At the halfway point, the league looks one way. At the end of the season, it looks one way. The playoffs, nothing alike.
And I don't know how this is really going to turn out because all teams have pretty much changed. I mean, ever since the Alex XL, everything's just gone like, oh god,
They,
what's everyone going to do?
Rock Valley went down in went 6 losses straight, having a terrible outcome. I I said this to my team with Charlotte is I understand that like in the regular season the reason that some teams that haven't been performing good after a certain point have made it in is because one team or one series has caused a team to crumble. I've been
I
on
have
that.
a
I've been on the side where where your team is the team that like basically makes a team turn into dust. I don't think ever have I been on a team that like has not already been crumbled. Like
I think Texas was the exception to that.
Season
I
8
I
was
honestly do.
yeah, season 8 was an exception because it didn't look good at the start because Parker literally left before we even got like our first game scheduled. No one like I had to own in the time I was unexperienced and I had no idea what I was doing.
Was that SoCal?
No, that SoCal was due up. I was New York.
Oh, the Skyline.
Peyton and Carm brought the Skyliners in. I got drafted. Peyton, Parker,
I didn't bring
not you. I keep getting you guys mixed up because y'all start with P. But Parker and Carm started New York. Then I joined as the first round draftee, and then I helped draft because Carm disappeared, and then Parker I don't think ever showed up. Then Parker retires, leaving an ownership open. I take it, but then Carm basically just vanishes, and I was trying to keep him so he would stay, and he would hopefully become active again when I should have traded him and got some good picks or good players. But I was basically the last man standing, and I gave up because my team wasn't helping whatsoever. I left, went to
Right.
Boston, and basically the team was fine. Both teams were fine. It's just Boston was just overly toxic, and New York was a lost cause. But I've always experienced being the team that causes teams to disappear. I've seen it happen multiple times, but I don't know if that's just because it's RBC, where every season was going to have at least that one team that just looks good, but then, or is giving up a fight, but just then dies. Like, I don't know if I'm always
I
going to be a
mean,
part of that.
Texas, I think, was the exception to that this season. Like I said before, Texas
Texas looked
started
like
off 0-3.
Texas looked like the exact opposite. Like Texas was the exact opposite. They turned into dust but rebuilt themselves because at the beginning of
Yep.
the season y'all went 0-2, 1
We
and
started
3.
off 0-3. No, we went 0-3 to start off the season, and we started finally winning games.
Yeah.
I mean, we finally turned things around, and we started building off of that. But and we've had the occasional fluke game. We lost to fucking Mass out of all teams, 4-3, and that's because our team couldn't produce defensively. It was killing us. And again, like I said, with people getting in their head, it started affecting us offensively. And that's the thing you have to think about. If you don't produce defensively, you're not going to produce offensively because you're going to get in your head the entire game.
And that's the thing with RBC. One click of a button could change the game drastically. Like, you could be casually in left field and someone swings the bat and it's just a blooper. Then the next batter, you're just casually there, hits it, ball disappears and goes into the stands. Like, you can't prepare yourself and try and like grab it. If it basically soars by your head like a rocket, then you know it's you're screwed.
Yep.
Like, and that's the thing. But with batting, it's like a completely different story where you have to angle it all right. It's just confusing, but it still makes a lot of sense
Yeah.
that this league could change. But I'm hoping next season, if there is a confirmed one soon, which I'm assuming Doug will do eventually, that he's gonna say he's gonna be like, we're gonna do teams, and we're probably gonna boost the roster cap. I would rather see 6 teams with a higher roster cap than 8 teams with a lower roster cap, because the higher the amount of players, the possibility of um activity. Like, I don't think they've ever thought of that before.
Yeah. I mean, it's nice to have people here, but at the same time, we don't want to have a repeat of Season 7 V1 and Season 7 V2.
What was I don't remember what happened to those because I basically was like, that was one.
V1, we had the most amount of players that were ever in RBC or had ever registered.
I thought it was
Like,
season 5 that had 10 teams total.
no season. Okay, no, yeah, no season. It was Season 7. We had because it was like leading into Season 7. We had a shit ton of players. It was like Season 10 obviously surpassed that, but like it was the most at that time we'd ever had, and people just rage quit because yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
Season 10 was the mega surpass where we had over 600 players in RBC. It was nearing 900, I think it was.
Damn.
And Doug had that massive purge.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me honestly. I just think the main issue is just at a certain point, either this league is going to close because Doug is too busy, which honestly it has been looking like that for a while. Doug just finished college. He's working on I think his job stuff, but he's working on I don't know if he's going to have the time. And one thing I've talked to him about after just having a conversation with him is right now wouldn't be the time to start another season. I think there would be a giant break like there was between 10 and 11 because I think what would happen is sometime during like the beginning of winter break for most of us is when Douglas says, "Hey," he'll announce it like mid-November or early November, early mid-October or something. He'll say season 12 will happen at this time just because it's when the main activity will start, and then it'll be like that. Oh, because we'll play quickly, hopefully because we're free because it's winter break, and we'll play that crazily. But I know for a fact, especially since I'm going into high school, I might not play. Like this might be my officially last season because
Good.
hey, I've been thinking it. Doug's also said like yeah, a lot of veterans are
Bro,
calling it
shut up.
quits
You
at
always
this
say
point.
that.
Oh hi Aqua.
I've been listening for the last 15 minutes. I'm just on.
Yeah, you just want to kill him.
It's because I'm on like.
But I think a lot of veterans, especially like people who are like graduating high school are finally leaving, or people like me who just left middle school who's thinking about leaving. Like
Good.
it's a point where you're gonna have to call it
I
quits. You can't
definitely,
just stay
if
here
I'm
forever.
being honest, I definitely like. There was definitely times where I would prioritize RBC over school.
Yeah, like I've had that happen. Like I literally did that once where I wanted to go to the game, but I wanted to get my homework done, and I got my homework done right as the bottom of the fifth started. And it was Mac versus Nas, and I was up. I go up and I hit a home run, and I send everyone home. Like that was honestly a thrill. But hopefully in the future something happens that brings RBC back, but I honestly have to see it great, or I'm just not gonna play because I know Doug is probably here like, what the hell, man? Why? Why? I don't think anyone's watching this stream, which I just end and then continue talking. Yeah, I'll do that real quickly. Hang on. That's the end of RBN. I know it's like 30 minutes after they forfeit, but a conversation's a conversation. I mean, hey. So,
Yeah.
thanks for the interview part. I'm gonna go get on my computer and then we can continue talking.
I'm gonna go
Um,
fly.
I might want to do that, yeah, but depends on where we fly to, because I'm
I'm
not
not
good
going
with,
far.
huh?
We could just do Pittsburgh to Philadelphia or something. I don't really know.
That's like a 30-minute flight. All right, well,
Yeah,
anyway,
cost.
regardless, thank you all for watching RBN. RBN hopefully will be back. If not, you're gonna hear me a lot more than you hear Ash, and sometimes Aqua if I feel like it. But the MLDS is leaning towards Texas's favor after Texas takes game one, 16-3. Yikes. I'll see you guys next time, or Ash will be back. Either way, it's going to be a Schlimmer regardless. Alright, see you guys. Have a great night.